What's good, bro beans? It's your boy Q Carnage here, and the gameplay in the background you're seeing is a league play match of CTF on Raid. We are playing with our new fourth, and we did really well in this gameplay. Everything just jived and went well, and I hope you guys like the gameplay. And today I'm not going to do anything like Call of Duty related, maybe kind of Call of Duty related, but I want to talk about the Xbox One and E3 that is coming up, and what I'm expecting from Microsoft, and what Microsoft I believe shouldn't do, and what they should focus on as for us as the gamers that do religiously. You know, we do pay for live, monthly, yearly, yada yada yada, and we do buy it for these multiplayer games. So let's get into my thoughts on the Xbox One and what it has to offer and what we don't really give a fuck about. And all right, first off, I want to put in my 2 cents about the Xbox One. I don't really give a fuck about the Kinect, to be honest, the Kinect 2 or whatever. Um, Personally, I think it's a waste. We have the Wii that does all that motion and shit, and I don't think anyone really gives a fuck about the Kinect games. I know when I worked at GameStop, the younger demographic really was into the Kinect and things like that. But that makes up for a very small demographic. And when you look at it, you have kids under the age of 8 that really that have their parents invest into the Kinect. Versus where you get the age demographic of like 10 and up buying like single player games, and then you got the middle school kids and the high school kids buying multiplayer games, and the more graphic games like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Call of Duty, Gears, Resident Evil, etc., etc. And Skyrim, of course. Skyrim is also a very honorable mention because Skyrim and BioShock Infinite did extraordinarily well, exceeding sales for the 360, way past COD and everyone else and all the big names like Halo, Gears that were exclusive to the Xbox 360. But anyways. But my big thing is I know Xbox is going to show off the Kinect. They're going to do something for the Kinect at E3, but I really think that is really steering really a huge turnoff and steers away from the major consumers. Let's be honest, when they did the Xbox One reveal, they did the whole thing with Kinect and the whole thing with TV and all that, which is all cool, but we weren't there for that. We didn't really give a fuck about that. I personally didn't give a damn about that. I kind of just I just sat there and checked my Instagram, my Twitter while that was all going down. And I'll be honest, I didn't pay attention to any of it. I don't give a fuck if it, picks up my heat signature when I walk in the room. How if I got jizz in my balls or not. I don't care about that. I honestly don't care. If the Kinect had more to offer, say for instance, like if the Xbox had a live streaming capability built in with it, and you can use the Kinect and maybe a third-party program on your computer to adjust your the Kinect webcam and the actual gameplay that you're seeing, I think that could really be an innovative way to push the Kinect and really do more with the Kinect and have more usability that is also friendly for these guys that are live streaming or want to get into live streaming, aka me, or for other people that want innovative ways to enhance their party the way their party works on Xbox Live. So that's that, and that's only my one real suggestion in favor of the Kinect. But no, honestly, I could give a damn less. The next thing is with the whole thing with the licensing and Xbox Live and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and pricing, all that. Give us a reasonable price on everything. Don't jack up Xbox Live again. Don't jack up the price of the system. I know Microsoft's whole key memo is that they want to keep the Xbox One within the $300 and the $400 range, which is again reasonable. But with the connector, I know you guys are trying to jack it up. That's a well-known fact. That's obviously gonna happen, and I don't want to go on launch day trying dishing out $500 for basically a system and something I don't want. And that's really where I'm at, and that's where I'm steering towards the PS4 when it comes to this, because it has in-system live stream capabilities versus what the fuck does the Kinect do for me? Exactly, it doesn't do anything for me. I don't have kids, and all my cousins that do game are in the age of 13 and up. So, anyways, don't jack up friggin' Xbox Live. It's the only service that we pay for that we, you know, pay for to play online games. Nowhere else in the world do you pay for online games. Like a lot of us guys that live on our own pay for the internet on a monthly basis. I pay $50 a month on my internet, and I also pay for Xbox Live, which is like what, like 60 something bucks a month plus tax. And you know, if you think about it over the year and you break it down, that, for me that's like 60 bucks a month to play Xbox Live, and that's a lot if you really think about it. And I think I'm not saying like, you know, the price for Xbox Live is outlandishly high right now. I just don't think the right move is to, you know, up the cost of Xbox Live, even though you're adding all these servers, which you should have done years ago, and doing this and doing that and yada yada yada. And the only cool feature that really Xbox Live has, minus all the other small shit, is party. The party system is really amazing. It's really one of the cool things and perks that you have. If you can expand on the party system and do better and really focus on that, I believe that is going to be. I think that's going to be awesome. That's how I feel. Anyways, next part, what, you know, Microsoft should focus on is the games. No one gives a fuck about Kinect games. They want to see games. They want to see Halo 5. They want to see COD Ghost. They want to see the next iteration of Skyrim if it's gonna come. The next, you know, remakes if you have them, like, you know, any remakes that you guys can think of from the original Xbox. Maybe do a rehash of Halo 2 to put onto the Xbox One. Maybe bringing over Metal Gear Solid 4 since we're on a Blu-ray player now, and then we have a 500 gigabyte hard drive to actually run Metal Gear 4. I just think there's a lot of potential, especially with the new Blu-ray hardware that's going to be added into in the bigger system, in the, you know, cloud processing system, and, you know, all these servers and such. I think there is a lot of room that you can. There's a lot of room for a lot of innovations and a lot of things that you can bring over that could offer gamers like me who grew up on shit like Resident Evil and Metal Gear 4 and Mega Man. And I would love to see Mega Man rehashes too. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Just focus on the games. That's why we go to E3, and that's why we watch these streams to check out what's going down in the world of gaming, what's going to be in store for us. You have to. I feel like for Microsoft, you have to offer something for us, as far as, you know, not just like, you know, Halo 5 and COD Ghost. I think you need something for, you know, the gamers, like, you know, what could be the future for Xbox One is, you know, the next BioShock's going to be there, is the next Skyrim going to be there. What is going to be for the Xbox One that's going to keep us in? So that's that. Yeah, that's that. Also, I think the next thing is something I wanna talk about is the whole internet security. I think you guys gotta revamp your internet policy in general for their internet security and for tampering, because I really don't think that you guys have really focused on it, because now we have like DDoSers left and right, and, you know, people trying to hack in and take people's tags. I think you guys need to reevaluate your internet policies and your internet security and your, you know, research and development for internet security within itself, because you guys are fucking Microsoft. You guys have to have this down by a key at this point. And especially when you're adding more servers and things of that, and you got to really overlook what the mistakes that happened in the last generation and how you can improve on it and where you can go from there, because again, these are things that as gamers that concern us and what, you know, we do. It's like I can understand, like, for a lot of us competitive players, you know, the online is very key. It's very crucial to what we do, and I understand that, you know, there's other games that are very, you know, that are blockbuster hitting that does involve internet, but, you know, we as, you know, loyal followers of the Xbox franchise and the Microsoft company, this is, you know, this is where it hits home for us. You know, multiplayer, how connectivity is going to work, how everything's going to run. We want everything to run smoothly and great, so we can have a good experience and we can take away something good. And we, like, I don't want to go home from work every day and be like, oh fuck, I'm gonna deal with the same shitty connection issues because, you know, Call of Duty, you know, blah 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 blah, you know, that's a whole different thing. But, you know, how Xbox is just fucking up and blah blah blah, and I don't want to point the blame game at anyone, but yeah. Anyways, guys, to sum it all up, I want to see games. I don't give a fuck about the Kinect. I want Microsoft to re-improve on their policies. You know, don't jack up the price. Don't try to fuck us on the price. And I just want them to do something for us as a gamer, because this is what we are about. We're about the games, and this is what we want. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys listening to the commentary. If you like the shit, leave a like, rate, comment, subscribe, whatever. I'm out. Peace.
Stitched him up.